Well, greetings, Voyagers. Time for another one of my soon-to-be world-famous one-take smartphone videos on the road. We are camping tonight in Canyon Ferry, Montana, which is about 11 miles east of the capital city of Helena, my former hometown where I lived from 1961 through 1964. And it's really pretty out here. It's really beautiful. And this is free camping right here. This is Bureau of Land Reclamation property. There's no facilities out here, but it's nice with just one problem. The mosquitoes are ferocious and numerous. I mean, it's bad. I got the screens up on the windows, but I don't feel like spending any time outside. I don't like spraying myself with DEET. DEET is a neurotoxin. I mean, I'll spray it on my clothes to keep from getting ticks and stuff like that, but I'm not going to spray it on my skin. So we spent a few hours in Helena today. We went to Planet Fitness and took a shower for the first time in 5 days. And boy, did we stink. That sure felt good. But Helena is not the same city I left in 1964. It has grown. Unbelievable. All the what used to be pasture land outside the city, I can remember as a kid, I was probably between the ages of 10 and 13, I think, when we lived here. One of my friends had a horse out there, and we went out there one day. It's all houses, strip malls, gas stations, taco stores, casinos, auto body garages, you name it. And all the way out into the valley has totally been developed, all new housing. Even the little town of East Helena, which was even then, back then, not much more than just a wide spot on the road, is really developed. It's not a city I would like to live in again. It doesn't have that small town feel anymore like it used to back in the early 60s. So that's kind of disappointing. But I did visit the two houses that I lived in. And that was a bittersweet experience. We lived here from 61 through 64. In February of 64, my oldest brother Warren died in the Navy. This is a little bit of personal history, and it's a little bit on the dark side. So if there are people with tender feelings or young children you want to shield from this kind of story, then change the channel. He entered the Navy when he was 17, and he died on board the USS Oriskany, an aircraft carrier in the South China Sea, in February of 1964, just a couple days before my 13th birthday. He died of a cerebral aneurysm. And that's what the Navy told us. I found out many years later, in fact about 10, 12 years ago, that the USS Oriskany was being sunk off of Sarasota, Florida, to be used as an artificial reef because it had outlived its service. And when I heard that name, it just went through me like an electrical shock. And they're sinking my brother's ship off of Florida. And I'm a scuba diver, so I thought I'd go down and dive on it. But I posted a notice. There's a USS Oriskany Veterans newsletter that I found, and I posted a notice that if anybody knew my brother, any of his shipmates, give me a call. I'd like to hear their stories. And I really regret having done that now, because the story I got is that he didn't die of natural causes. He was murdered by some jarhead Marine who slammed his head into a wall. He is buried in Arlington National Cemetery. I'm sorry, I'm getting choked up. And yeah, 5 months after that, we left Helena. I haven't been back until today. My father got a promotion to go back east. We moved to Albany, New York for a couple of years. Then he got another promotion to go back to Boston. And I've been living on the North Shore of Boston since 1966. And that's my home. I had another brother, older brother, Robbie, who went out on his own when he was 18, when we were living in New York, as a matter of fact, in Albany, New York. And 20 years later, after my brother Warren died, my brother Robbie was murdered in Denver. So those 3 weeks that I spent in Denver last month visiting an old friend were bittersweet. And there was kind of a dark cloud hanging over me all the time. So this journey has some sad aspects to it. I did visit the 2 houses that we lived in, and they look great. They really look great, and I do have a lot of fond memories of Helena and of Montana, and nothing's going to take that away. But yeah, so here we are out at Canyon Ferry. We did some fishing out here a couple times when we lived here. This campsite that we're on is Bureau of Land Reclamation, and it's free camping. But I don't think I'll stay another night here. There's just too many mosquitoes. I can't stand it. I like to be out, but you know, I don't. It's just too darn uncomfortable. I'm squashing mosquitoes as I speak. So we'll head back to Helena tomorrow because we're going to be going. We have to go through there to get up to Glacier National Park. That's our next national park destination. But I need to find another place to camp. I need to spend a few more days just sitting still. I'm tired of driving, so I think we'll go through Helena tomorrow and go out to the Lolo National Forest and find some free camping there and spend a few days there before we go up the glacier. So I'm sorry for the sad news, but that's life. And that's a wrap for today, folks. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, and share, because sharing is caring. Peace and